Thanks to the support as a channel member, Rexmas1. Oh, after what happened yesterday, you're lucky you're even getting an episode today. I am not over it. And I imagine Football Manager is going to give me a good old kick me while I'm down now. But this is the playoffs. This can't possibly go wrong. Hello and welcome to part 29 of Wembley to Wembley. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, it's the playoffs. We have to face a Broadfield United team who've already beaten us twice this season, and hopefully we'll beat them and then go and play somebody else, and then hopefully we'll beat them and then get promoted. And goodness me, do I feel like we deserve to get promoted, because if you look back at the last couple of years, 68 points we finished on in second place compared to 81 last year. 69 points Rayners Lane got to win the league. So last year's 81 points that we got would have won the league at a landslide if we'd have just done what we did last year. The year before we got 78 points. That would have won the league at a landslide. The 58 that we got in that first season and finished 9th would have been enough. 8th, so it doesn't make a lot of difference. But it's been such a tight season. But we are in form. I feel like we're the form team. Can we have a look at a form table? Is this just tempting fate at this point? It probably is. So last 5 games, there's only Windsor who are in better form than we are. Oh, dear me. Right, D.L. Everett's suspended, so we're going to have to do things without him. So we're shuffling around a little bit from what you saw in those last couple of matches of the season. Canerva's going to move over to the left, and Odo comes back in on the right-hand side. So the team in full is Banda in goal, a back four of Chadder, Drakos, Sinner and Wood, Page and Martin in midfield, Canerva, Eddie and Odo, then behind Smith up front. Cross everything, boys and girls, because if this doesn't go to plan, I don't know what I'm going to do. So here we go. It's always good when you click on that team and the assistant manager wants to make 4 changes from the team you've picked as well. They definitely don't agree with me moving Canerva onto the left. My assistant manager wanted to bring Beattie in to play him in the Russ Eddy position and move Russ Eddy over, but Beattie's been on the transfer list for 6 months. We've barely used him in the second half of this season at all, so it seems absolutely insane to bring him in at this stage of the season. He was our captain previously, but with the system change, we just kind of binned him off and pretend he doesn't exist at all. I am a little bit worried as well that we haven't started the way we started the last couple of games, where we just was quick out the blocks and just blew teams away, and that doesn't seem to be part of the plan today. And if I remember Broadfields correctly, they're the team who, when we did play them after we switched to this system, they're the team that still beat us for possession. So they do what we do, but we've won a penalty here, and it's going to be Canerva with the opportunity to put us ahead. Half an hour on the clock. Captain Canerva doesn't miss penalties, does he? 1-0. Oh, I'm losing my voice. Full context, I'm recording a lot of these videos back to back because as you're watching this, I'm on holiday, which is why my voice has been gradually disappearing over the course of this week. I don't wear the same shirt 5 days. Right? It's a black shirt. I've got 20 of them, but it has been the same one for the last 4 or 5 videos. And my voice is about to give up on me, but we're 1-0 up, and that's all that really matters. We're also controlling possession as well, which we haven't actually successfully done against this lot previously, which is quite nice. Right, Page from midfield looks to give it back to Wood, but instead plays it across to Martin, who shoots from range and can't keep his shot down. It remains 1-0. The other playoff semi-final, of course, Ascot United versus Hanworth Villa. I don't really have a favourite there. I don't care which one of them that we play. I just want to win. I just want to win. I want to win this, and then I want to win that. I never want to think about tier 9 of English football ever again. That is a very juicy cross, but unfortunately Smith couldn't get there ahead of the goalkeeper, who plucks it out of the sky, and it remains 1-0. Right, let's score a goal, please. I'm so nervy. This is our 3rd season in a row in these playoffs. We can't mess them up again. Chadder, lovely ball across to Smith, and how has their goalkeeper managed to save that? That is absurd. This is supposed to be tier 9. Goalkeepers aren't supposed to be able to do that. But we do get a corner, and it's Odo to float it over, and Page gets a header onto it but can't keep it down, and it's still 1-0. We're knocking on the door, though. We are trying to get this job done, But Broadfield's not going down lightly, which is, frankly, a little bit unsporting of them. If they saw what happened to us in that last match, I think they'd agree that we deserve to get promoted far more than they do, despite the fact that they've beaten us twice this season. You know, we've beaten everybody else quite a lot. Let us have our day. Let us have our moment. Goodness me. Right, Donovan's going to come on for Wood. Wood is tiring. Smith is not having a nice time, so Bayliss is going to come on for him. And hopefully he's going to grab a second goal and just ease some of the tension here a little bit. But I've had so many late twists to football matches out of this stupid Football Manager game recently that I fully expect this to all go wrong in the final few minutes of the match, despite the fact that we have played pretty well, actually. We've been pretty comfortable, but we are letting them back in here, aren't we? They're going to score here, and I'm going to be very upset about it. Oh, no, just kick them, but not in the penalty area. Kick them here and, yeah, restrict them to shots like that. I think Banda can probably have that kind of thing covered. I'm not that worried if they're just going to be shooting from 25, 30 yards out. If that's how they beat us with 2 goals from 25, 30 yards, then fair play to them. Enjoy the next league up. Right. Martin is tired. Chada's tired. Drakos is tired. We don't have a defender on the bench, so I guess Martin is the one who comes off. Donnellan, who's another one of our youth graduates, gets to sit in central midfield alongside Thomas Page for the last 10 minutes of this match. And Chada, he's been up and down this left-hand side a lot today. Canerva playing as an inside forward has created a lot of space for him to just come up and down that wing. And he's got in here, just slide it over. He does. Russ Eddy couldn't get proper contact. Canerva's just headed it up in the air. What is he doing there? Just do a goal in that situation. Look at the match stats. If we get robbed here, I'm going to be writing a letter to my MP because that is not okay. Those, they're not even there anymore. Those match stats are match stats of a team that deserves to win a football match. But it's Broadfields in the 92nd minute who've got the ball. They float the ball over. They've missed. Okay, they've missed. It's fine. No more highlights now, please. Okay, semi-final dealt with. I don't know why I've clicked on Thomas Page there, but that's semi-final dealt with. I didn't even look at who we're playing in the final because everything got so stressful. We are playing Ascot United in the final. How have we been doing against Ascot this season? So we drew at home to them and lost away to them. So it's another team that we haven't yet beaten this season. Super duper. Where is the final this time around? The final is at Kings Meadow, which is isn't is that where Kingstonian used to? Kingstonian don't exist anymore. Wimbledon played here for a bit, didn't they? Apparently now it's just Chelsea under 21s. Let's just try and win that then, shall we? So for the final, we have Everett back from his suspension, so he can come back in on the left. Canerva can move over to the right, but now Drakos is suspended, which means Wood has to move back to centre-back and Jacob Donovan has to play at right-back, and he has not started a lot of football this season. I think, to be fair, 11 matches. It's not a minimal amount of football, but it's not a lot of football, is it? It's not the defence that I would be choosing. Drakos is a key player. We actually just had a media thing come through recommending I appoint him captain. He's currently the vice-captain. Unambitious, lovely attribute for a captain to have. But that is the team for the playoff final. We got this far last year and then just capitulated. We've ended the season strong in the league. We've looked comfortable in the semi-final. Please, can we just finish the job this year and get ourselves promoted and get away any ideas that there's going to be a playoff curse in this series? Because, you know, I love the playoffs. There's no way we're going to get a curse, is there? It's going to be fine. Oh, God, please let it be fine. Right, Smith picks the ball up on the halfway line. He has had a shot from inside his own half. I mean, if he'd have scored that, I'd have made him captain, and he's only on loan for this one more game, but I'd have made him captain before he went back. But alas, 'twas not to be, and Ascot are in, and they've scored after less than 2 minutes. It does worry me, the fact that our striker thought it was a good idea to shoot from his own half. and then we've given away an early goal. It suggests everyone's feeling a little bottly today. It didn't even count as a shot. It looked like a shot to me. Right, I'm demanding more because that is not a very good start to the match. So fingers crossed we can skip past that little hurdle. It's the first time we've been behind in a football match in over a month. What a goal from Niall McDonough, and that is a response. That's an absolute beauty. 1-1, game on. We've turned up for the final this year, which, I mean, it does make a difference. We've never turned up for the playoffs before, but it looks like we might actually be here and trying, which is, it's a novelty, a delightful novelty. We had 72% possession as well. So we're doing a good job of keeping the football. McDonough playing it into Smith. Don't shoot. He doesn't. Donovan now. Charging forward on the overlap. He's come inside weirdly, but it's with Everett now who shoots from range, and I feel like he probably would have been better placed trying to find one of the attackers there rather than having the shot for himself. But it's us on the attack again from a throw. It's Chadder to Page. Page has been great since coming in the team, by the way. Anton Canerva! That's his 20th goal of the season. He is thriving in these wide positions that we're using him in now. He is an inside forward. Who knew? After all these years of not even having inside forwards as a thing that existed in our team, Anton Canerva has basically invented the role at tier 9, and 2-1. 2-1. I don't have... You can't judge me on the words that I'm using today. I don't have any. I'm very excited and very afraid, all wrapped up into a big ball of my brain's a mess. So let's just try and win, shall we? Oh, please let us win. We are, again, touching distance away from tier 8, but we've been there. We were there yesterday. We were 5-0 up and thought we were home and dry, and it still turned on us. So we know full well that the game can turn on us at any moment, and Banda has just pushed it up in the air, and it's 2-2. That was supposed to be the goalkeeper that fixed everything. It was disallowed. It was disallowed while I had my head in my hands. I don't know what for. Presumably either a foul on the goalkeeper or an offside. I'm going to give Banda the benefit of the doubt and say it was a foul on the keeper. But it remains 2-1 at half-time. We just don't need to see another highlight now. We've got 73% possession. Let's just keep the ball. If we don't let them touch the ball again, they can't score. But they've got the ball. Why are we letting them have the ball? I just described the game plan. He had to be offside there. The linesman's flag is up. That is offside. There was 2 of them miles off. That one's been disallowed as well. But they're teasing us, aren't they? 2 goals disallowed. Now Chadder with the in-swinger. Page has hit the crossbar. Oh, the tension. These last couple of matches, my blood pressure is through the roof. Right, McDonough playing it forward to Smith, who's hit the crossbar now. How many more times are we going to hit the frame of the goal? Oh, please let us score again. Oh, my word. What have we got to do? Right, Smith's going to come off for Bayliss. We're going to take off Everett and bring on Eddie, And hopefully between the two of them, they can conjure up a third goal and let me calm down a little bit, because this is not good for me. This is not healthy. Right, it is Ascot on the attack again. They're floating the ball into the area. Sinner heads it clear-ish, which is the definition of a clearance at this level, apparently. You only ever get it clear-ish. It never goes properly clear. But it does remain 2-1 into the last 15 minutes. It was at this point that everything turned on its head on the final day of the season, when Rayners Lane decided to start scoring their goals. This is where it all started to go wrong. We thought with 15 minutes of the regular season to go, we were there. With 15 minutes of the playoffs to go, are we there? I'm less confident now than I was then, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but that's a scuffed attempt by McDonough to add the third. I just need somebody to step up and make themselves a superhero. Eddie across to McDonough. Now Canerva. Canerva, we know, has always got goals in him. He plays it out to Chadder now. Chadder, who's had a great game. He's provided assists for both the goals. And Sean Martin shooting from range. It's very wasteful. He's not good enough to do that shot from there. Just don't bother. What are you doing? Right, we've got Odo on the bench, who we can't really bring on because I don't want to take off Canerva. I guess we could take off McDonough. We've got Donnellan, who can probably come on for Page. That's probably more sensible. Just to freshen up the midfield going into these final 10 minutes. Get some fresh legs in there. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. I don't even want to watch. I'm kind of half watching through squinted eyes because I just don't want to see what's happening. Right, Banda collects comfortably. That's what we needed to calm everybody down. Now, use the ball to score a goal. Look at us, tier 9 playoff final, and we're rolling the ball out to centre-backs. It's insanity at this level, at this stage of the game, at this stage of the season, but we're doing it. These boys are confident, that's for sure, but they have given the ball away again. Oh, God. Oh, no. They've missed that one. It wasn't even a save. They've just missed it. I imagine the comment section are screaming at me to go more defensive or at least drop back to balanced. I'm not going to because it scares me. So we are going to stay on a positive mentality. It just means these last couple of minutes are going to be absolute torture because it's Ascot with the ball again. We're into the 90th minute, but there's going to be 4 minutes of time added on. The ball's played forward. Banda can collect that comfortably though, and hopefully for Mr. Sweaty Hands, that is going to be... that's me, by the way, not Banda. My hands are dripping. But hopefully that's the last highlight that we're going to have to see. But it's actually started up again. It's continuing. McDonough to Canerva. Canerva finds Bayliss. Bayliss, if he can beat his man, and he can, but then he missed. Oh, my word, what a miss that was. Nobody wants to score that winning goal. We're into the final minute of added time. I think we've done it. Oh, my word. Do we not get a trophy lift after all that? We don't get the release of a trophy lift. Don't tell me there's more matches to play. If it turns out that there's a super playoff we have to play now and we're not actually promoted, I'm going to be fuming. No, we are. Oh, we are promoted. We are finally promoted. Oh, my word. How has it taken that long? 4 long seasons to get out of the 9th tier, but we have been promoted. Remember, we still have shenanigans to come this summer because we're going to say goodbye to our youth setup. There's probably going to be a takeover this summer. I mean, if we have a look at the club landmarks, you can see we had a failed takeover bid back in January, which immediately led to us taking out a big loan, to us scrapping the youth setup, selling the youth facilities. We were on the cusp of administration. We escaped it with those measures that we took then. But we're still insecure financially, and there are still rumours of a takeover. So although we are now promoted, everyone's out of contract. The board aren't letting me give proper contracts out to people. I can't extend the contracts to the players that I've got. And if there's a protracted takeover over the summer, we might be in transfer embargo. And we've got to put together a team that can survive in the next level up. But let's have a look at our budgets. If the board have got any sense at all, they'll have lowered them. But we have been promoted, so we might be able to keep some money. So they've doubled it. This is going to be a fun transfer window. They're insane. We are on the verge of going out of business, and they've gone and done that. We are going to have a big overhaul this summer, boys and girls, and we are going to be doing it as a Tier 8 football club. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos, and thank you very much for watching.